Hi, my name is Mike. I'm a professor for social work management, and you are listening to Managing Around, the bi-weekly podcast about social science, culture, and management. Managing Around is part of the Talk About Organizations podcast network, a community resource and discussion platform for key ideas in management and organization studies, which is supported by our listeners.
Welcome back to Managing Around, the podcast that explores questions and issues in the fields of management, social science, and culture. Today, we are diving into a discussion of the role of artificial intelligence in social work and its implications for social service organizations. This episode was inspired by a recent holiday reading. In the episode, we'll drawing some insights from the Ethan Mollick's book, Co-Intelligence, Living and Working with IE, to understand both the potentials and ethical challenges of integrating IE into social work. Although he didn't discuss implications for social work, he presents in the book some thought-provoking ideas that are relevant to all professions and worth for discussion. To kick things off, let's briefly explore first what IE is and how it works, then the question of how IE systems can be aligned to humanity, before we come to few conclusions for social service organizations. Let's start with the first question: what is IE and how does it work? If you are not so familiar with all this IE stuff, here's a brief summary. Artificial intelligence, or IE, generally refers to computing systems designed to mimic or even supersede human intelligence. Machine learning, as a subset of artificial intelligence, involves training these machines to learn from data and improve related algorithms over time. A crucial component here is the attention mechanism, which allows IE to focus on the most relevant parts, the data processing, which, like how we humans concentrate on key points in a conversation. This mechanism helps IE to understand and generate human-like language, making interactions smoother and more intuitive. This is actually the feature which impresses users the most. And on the other hand, although we are quite far away from artificial superintelligence, it's that what people concerns the most. Artificial superintelligence refers to advanced IE systems that surpass human intelligence across all fields, including creativity, general wisdom, sciences, and social skills. Unlike current systems, artificial superintelligence would possess the ability to outperform humans in virtually every cognitive domain. One of the biggest concerns for superintelligence is its unpredictability. So how can we ensure that IE systems remain aligned with human values and social norms and don't act against our interests? This brings us to our second question today. How can IE systems be aligned to humanity? While IE holds immense potential, it's no free lunch, especially regarding its challenges and drawbacks. One major issue is the quality of training data. For IE to work effective, it needs vast amounts of high-quality data. However, this data often contains biases that can influence any kind of outcomes. In social work, this could mean analyzing large collections of data sets and overcoming existing prejudices or overlooking critical nuances in client cases. How should a system disguise ethical and moral questions when our reality is not free of biases, discrimination, and inequality? Another challenge lies in the IE training process itself. Initially, IE learns from a broad set of data, which can include incorrect informations and biases. To refine its responses, IE undergoes a process called fine-tuning, where human feedback plays a crucial role. This method, known as reinforcement learning from human feedback, or LHF, helps to improve IE's accuracy and reduce harmful content. But this is still not the best solution. However, the human raters involved in this process reinforce their own biases, further complicating the alignment problem. In order to build an IE that reflects humanity and do not leave the alignment problem to just a few business companies, we would first need a discussion among companies, governments, researchers, and civil society, and need to agree upon standards and norms for IE's inclusive development and fair use. In other words, an agreement on IE should not become human, but instead reflect humanity. Which brings us to the third and last question. What are the implications for social service organizations? Now let's talk about the exciting part. How IE can revolutionize social work. Generative IE tools, like those creating educational materials or therapeutical aids, can be incredibly beneficial. Imagine an IE tool that helps social workers draft personalized care plans or automatically counsels clients. IE can also enhance case management, client engagement, and service delivery. For example, IE-driven systems can help social workers assess risks more accurately, allocate resources effectively, and monitor clients' progress in real time. Let's wrap up some ideas in our discussion in this episode. While IE presents promising opportunities for social work, it's crucial to navigate its ethical challenges carefully. Ensuring the quality and fairness of training data, addressing biases, and maintaining human oversight are essential steps in this journey. By thoughtfully integrating IE into social work, we can enhance our practice and provide better support to those in need. Besides that, I also found the 4 principles outlined in Ethan Mollick's book very handy. The first, always invite IE to the table. Try to integrate IE as much as you can into various tasks to explore both its capability and its limitations. Second, be the human in the loop. Maintain human oversight to correct IE errors and enhance its output. Third, treat IE like a person but never as a human. Assign roles to IE as you would do to a human. For instance, IE to act as a chief marketing officer, or researcher, or case manager. And fourth, current IE models are the worst we'll ever see. Acknowledge that IE models are continuously improving. Always keep in mind that you are currently working with the worst IE model you have ever seen. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of IE and its implications for social work, and I hope to see you in the next episode.
Thank you for listening. Managing Around, the bi-weekly podcast about social science, culture, and management. Managing Around is part of the Talk About Organizations podcast network, a community resource and discussion platform for key ideas in management and organization studies, which is supported by our listeners. If you liked this episode, please leave a review on your favorite podcast website. There's also a link in the show notes. If you've got any thoughts on this episode, or if you've got any idea about new podcast topics or questions you'd like to discuss, send me an audio file or voice note to hi@profmanagement.de. For any non-audio comments, drop a tweet or DM to @profmanagement on Twitter or Instagram, please. For more information, visit my website www.profmanagement.de. Thank you for listening and see you next time.